Information has always been power. Data has grown rapidly and have made us even more interested on how to process and investigate this data to bring the most useful insights. IBM stated that revolutions come and revolutions go. While their influence may be obvious in retrospect, it is rare that we appreciate their impact at the time. The one thing they have in common is disruption at all levels of society. First, the agricultural revolution, then the industrial revolution, and now, 60 years into the latter, we have the information revolution. Additionally, Stubbs E. 2012 of the Value of Business Analytics, identifying the path to profitability, stated that treating information as a measurable quantity has changed the world. While statistics had always been concerned with extracting useful knowledge from raw data, information theory helped encourage the perception that information was more than just insight. Instead, it could legitimately be seen as an asset in its own right, something of real value. YouTube, Netflix, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the popular Facebook and other government entities and private companies have contributed to the massive amounts of data. As a proof, we can see it just by accessing over the network. The COVID-19 pandemic has also contributed to the amount of data online because of the active netizens who use the internet for e-commerce and other online activities during the enhanced community quarantine. IBM also claimed that companies, governments, and non-profits in sophisticated economies and developing nations alike stumble over the same ineffective strategies as this retailer. They collect and store a lot of data, but they don't use it effectively. They have information and they make decisions, but they don't analyze the information to inform their decision making. Of course, companies won't become analytical all at once. Instead, they will do so one decision at a time. They will look at an individual decisions and say, we can do better. Then they will apply fact-based and quantitative analysis to make that decision more accurately, more consistently, and with an eye towards the future, rather than just reporting on the past. When they realize how much better they make that one decision, they will move on to others. To some extent, this creeping improvement of decisions is inevitable as our society becomes more computerized, data-rich, and analytical. However, those who move forward with intent and urgency have an edge over those who simply evolve. As the definitions of analytics, it is an extensive use of data, statistics, and quantitative analysis, explanatory and predictive modeling, and fact-based management to come up with better decision-making. The key consumer of this analytics is the business user, a person whose job is not directly related to analytics per se, but who typically must use analytical tools to improve the results of business process along one or more dimensions. With analytics, all answers you need can be answered, such as which customers are thinking of leaving, which transactions are fraudulent, Which product has the greatest chance of success? How can I extract insight from all of my information? The ultimate differentiator today is being able to make more informed choices with confidence to anticipate the shaped business outcomes. These are just overview of the three types of analytics primarily used in business, and there are three types. These are descriptive analytics, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. You can look at a series of points on a two-dimensional graph, for example, and notice a pattern of relationship. Are there outliers in a pattern that require explanation? Are some values out of range? Visual analysis help us to stay close to the data using exploratory data analysis or EDA, an approach that the great statistician John Tukey made respectable and Edward Tofte further popularized by helping people create a clear visual representation of their data. You may remember from your college statistics course that measures of central tendency, the means, medians, and modes. Everybody always forgets what a mode is. It's simply the category with the highest frequency. Are useful ways to express what's going on in data. Sometimes, analysis simply means a visual exploration of data in a graphic form. Standard reasons working with data should do exploratory data analysis or EDA. First, gain intuition about the data. Second, make comparisons between distributions. Third, sanity checking. Make sure that data is on the scale you think is, in the format you thought it should be. Fourth, finding out where data is missing or there are outliers. Fifth, summarizing the data. So the three types of analytics are descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics answers the question what happened and why it happened. So it talks about the past. Predictive analytics answers the question what will happen. It talks about the future. And prescriptive analytics anticipate what will happen, when it happened, and also why it happened. So prescriptive analytics is being applied. Okay, so those are our topics for the first module.